Hey everybody, and welcome back. My name is Chris, and we are playing City Skylines, and this is my city, the Isle of Flexum. If you are watching my videos and you've seen them before, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be told of future videos when and if I make any. So as you well know, I've been doing a few videos recently, and they have been around the Nvidia graphics cards, and of course the new AMD ones are out, and well, I'm not buying one of those, so if you're expecting me to do a comparison, then forget that. But back to my city. I did say I was going to do a lot of reco and manual positioning, but I think that's gone out the window. To be perfectly honest with you, at the moment I'm just enjoying playing the game, and we are at a situation in the city where demand for residential properties are a lot higher. And in this video we are just going to concentrate really on adding in residential properties, some commercial areas, and just adding some of the public transport. I quite enjoy using the public transport because it's one of those things that just, it's one of those little challenges you can put into yourself and try to get people to use the public transport. There are lots of options in City Skylines, and in this one I'm going to be using probably my most popular and favourite ones, buses and metros. And I think it works really well. I've got a train station in the city already, so the whole point of this is to be able to get people to go from the train station to the oil location where there's a little bit of employment, and to a lot of the other residential areas. I'm also trying to keep it in a way where I'm going to use smaller roads for kind of the little areas of residentials, and then the bigger roads with more lanes in them for carrying main traffic in and out. As you can see just there, you've really got from the roundabout a 2-lane road to a roundabout, and then to the smaller, nicer looking residential properties. I've been watching quite a few people actually recently on YouTube whilst I've not been making them, and watching how they do it. And there's one person at the moment, I can't remember their name, but it's City Planner Plays City Skylines, and they just plop stuff down. I thought, actually, I'm a bit of a plopper. I just really plopper. I think that's probably a plopper. Let's rephrase that. I probably zone things up more than I do kind of just using Reco and the ploppable mod to put stuff in. There are a lot of people out there who do detailing, and I'm thinking what I might do with this is build up areas and then try to detailing them up in different ways. See if I can kind of stretch my capabilities a little bit on the whole thing, because to be honest with you, it's all a bit of a learning experience, and doing stuff can only make yourself better. And sometimes just watching videos, getting ideas from others is really worthwhile. So in this area I'm going for the high residential areas. Just really want to increase the population, put in some of those big kind of tower blocks near the road, because they're pretty well insulated. I imagine they won't hear all that traffic zooming past. And then sort of nearer the main entrance, just have some of the smaller residential areas. So here we are back at my big oil industry. As you can see, I thought it's about time to try to put a few bits and pieces in, like a heliport for fire risk. I did put a car park in. I don't think that was captured actually on video, and I did move a few of the oil pumps about so they weren't all next to each other, and just tried to make the oil industry flow slightly better than it was, because there was an awful lot of tailback. As you can see, around about 9 o'clock on that video, I've moved some of the oil pumping stations about so they're not right next to each other. I've also put some of the filthy, dirty, sandy stuff down as well, just to mimic maybe a little bit more of what oil stations are. But I'm still not detailing it. I did put some fences there, but it's not down to some of the standards that some people do, which is just crazy. course, it's always essential to use the old move it mod. Grab a few trees, duplicate them, or whack them around the place there just to block out the noise from the highway. Does it make it look more realistic? I think it probably does, but interestingly, one thing about City Skylines, when I am driving around in a car or being driven around, I am looking quite a lot at how things are put together, you know, on the edge of fields, how many trees there are, what kind of bushes, and I wish I could sort of implement that a little bit better. So the other thing to do, of course, when you're getting really, really busy areas is to modify the roundabouts using kind of TMPE and other wonderful systems. And of course, don't forget the intersection line tool is also a really good mod. So the city actually looks pretty good at night time. There's trains coming in, there's helicopters flying around the area, we've got traffic flowing in and out across the bridge, and I've kind of separated the two districts by that long road. A lot of freight does actually move in and out of the area quite a lot as well, so it does seem to work really, really well. Well, of course it would, because, you know, it's my city and I built it, so of course it's going to work amazingly well. So I've put some bus routes in, and there's a bit of modifications to be done. I'm not sure if it's in this video or the one I've recorded recently. I do add trams. The thing I wanted to do with the tram lines particularly was to have trams through the day and then swap to buses during the evening. I just thought people probably don't want trams rattling around the place all the time overnight, because that would just be very, very annoying. So buses obviously must be quieter. Although they're not electric, they are dirty diesels, but they are there, and I thought I'd give something different a go. So one of the really important mods, again, one of my essentials I would call them, is the auto color redo mod that obviously changes all of the colors of the roads and the lines, so that you don't have to do that manually, which is really handy. And you just sort of be there putting a bus lane in and then using TMPE to block all traffic apart from buses to move across that road. I actually think the map looks really nice. I love that kind of turquoise water that's flowing around the place. It just looks really nice. So here I found on the workshop, just as I was loading the game, a mansion. It's called the Palm Beach House. I thought, gotta get one of those. I mean, you know, it just looks quite impressive. I thought it had a few more bits and pieces on there. You need to detail it up. I mean, hats off. Tip me hat to the people who make all these assets, how they make these assets, the way they make them look. I mean, I'm just adding a little bit of a kind of concrete base to it so that it's got this big parking area. That's kind of how it looked on the workshop. I think they must detail it up with other things like, you know, the sort of the line markings and stuff like that. Makes it look absolutely amazing. And I'm trying to put in some fencing and walls, try to make it look grand for something that the residents of this property would have. So I'll leave you watching me just fill out the rest of the city, but once again thank you so much for watching to the end of the video, and if you enjoy my weird and wonderful narration and what I'm doing, then please don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be told by YouTube every time I post a future video. That'd be awesome. Hope to see you again soon. Goodbye from me for now. Bye.